Hello, what's going on, Pierce? I'm now watching.
And today we're going to be going back to Lorcana TCG to be talking a little bit about what's going on there because something big has kind of been rumbling through the TCG landscape here on the Lorcana side. And there's been some big rumors that it's going to affect everybody, players, collectors, and investors alike. So let's just get right on into it. We are going to be talking about potential first chapter reprints. Or, I guess, the rumor that there was first chapter.
I don't like reprints after they're done printing, after they stop selling. I do like actually printing enough so that the actual customers can buy the product. That's pretty much why I don't collect TCG at all. Number one problem with all TCGs, not some of them, every one of them, is that they will do pre-orders and then the pre-orders will sell out. Why do the pre-orders sell out? Because the scalpers will buy thousands of boxes and then they would sell out, and then instead of fulfilling those pre-orders and then having more pre-orders or having more, keep printing the same thing because customers want to buy the product from the official website or the official store. Instead of allowing customers to buy from the official store, they expect customers to buy from secondary, third market scalpers, which is BS, and I will never support that type of business. Well, every single TCG business supports the scalper market, and I completely refuse those things, and that's a problem. I would if Pokemon kept printing the same, like let's say for example 151, when Pokemon 151 came out in July 2023, they sold out of pre-orders almost instantly within a day, within half a day. And then in September 22, when they released, they instantly sold out of 151 stock within seconds. You couldn't even, if you were clicking buy, the moment it came in stock, it was already out of stock before you could complete your purchase. That's how it was for me. And then every month after, they would reprint some more, and they'd send to stores like Target or Walmart. Try to buy now. They would instantly sell out within like to this day, I have never been able to buy a 151 product from an official store like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, or the official Pokemon Center website. Not a single booster bundle was ever available for me. Ever. Ever. And that's the problem. Now, after the fact, if after the fact, they moved on to different sets. But if they go back to 151, like, 2 years later, that's trash, man. That's terrible. They should have sold 151 out when it was being released, and they should have kept printing it and delayed the other seasons, the other expansions, because this one was still selling. And the reason why they should have kept on selling 151 is because they were making money off of it. They should have kept selling 151 to the customers until the customers were satisfied and moved on to the next set. That would have been better business, in my opinion. And then people would be happy because they didn't have to deal with the scalper market. And what the scalpers can do is if they give the scalpers control, the scalpers will buy it out and cause artificial demand. And then when they want to, they can dump on the market to just destroy the entire market and destroy the TCG. Now, if you want to have a TCG that's volatile like that, that's volatile based on what the scalpers do, then that's your problem, and I'm not going to support that. And basically, I think he's talking about Lorcana, because I don't know, maybe maybe the scalper market is dumping on it, and then they're going to print more. I don't know. Maybe they're dumping on it because they're threatening to print more, so the scalpers are dumping the market, possibly. And if I was a scalper, I would dump on the market if they threatened to print more, of course. So that's going to crash the market. Well, what they should have done, they should have sold the product first and then finished it up, and then the scalpers couldn't dump on the market. They would be left with the bag. And then after the next season comes or the next set comes out, the scalpers would not buy it out. It would not cause the volatility, the extremely high demand, the extremely low demand that the scalpers create. It would be more it'd be more like a gold stock or a blue stock, whatever you call it, that doesn't fluctuate at all. It would be more steady demand. Anyways, moving on.
reprints that kind of got confirmed to not be first chapter reprints. And I know that kind of confuses some people at first, but there's lately been a lot of talk about Lorcana reprinting the first chapter. And people have been calling for it, Players and Collectors have been calling for it, investors or, people, investing into the game.
I think that's a terrible idea. If they threaten to reprint the old sets, that'll destroy the value of all the old cards, and nobody will ever start collecting this thing. I think what would happen if they actually printed anything old, people would just dump their collections, and it would just completely destroy the Lorcana market, and it would just destroy Lorcana company because nobody would want to buy it ever again because they would never see value in buying these cards because the stocks of these cards would just drop to zero. Unless the cards are different in some way where you can tell the difference between the two sets. What do they call it? Book 1 or whatever they want to call it. The set 1 versus the set 1 in the future. Maybe they call it set 1. Set 1 for the first set that came out, and then the next reprint of set 1 would be called something like Set 1 2024. If they actually printed 2024 on the card, then that might save it from being destroyed. The whole, but if a company does reprint set 1 exactly the same as set 1 in the past, they would just be committing suicide. It would destroy the whole company.
Essentially, have been saying don't do it, right? And there's been a slow trickle as of lately within game stores, LGSs especially, the first chapter kind of making restocks every week or every so often, but you're not really seeing it in retail stores. So people kind of have been speculating for a little bit now that Lorcana reprinted the first chapter, but they've only been giving it to LGSs because, they've made it known, Ravensburger, all of them have made it known that they want the LGSs and the gameplay to be number one, and they're trying to push game.
Oops, that's once again that's terrible business practice. If you are printing for the secondary market or the third market scalpers, you are going to ruin your business because once you print more and give it, no matter who you give it to, if you print more of the first set, you're going to destroy the first set. And anybody that so there's a little bit of trust there. Once they lose trust in the company's ability to keep the value of their cards, they're like those customers are going to spread the word, and it's going to it's going to spread like wildfire, and it will completely destroy the company because nobody will have trust. Nobody will buy the new cards. Everybody will try to sell off their cards. It's going to cause a free-for-all sell, dropping the price like nothing. It's going to be a chain reaction. Of people trying to sell the cards, prices dropping like crazy. More people seeing the prices drop are going to start panicking, try to sell the cards. Then it's going to be a circle thing where it keeps on. Prices go down, people panic, don't want to buy the cards anymore. Price goes down even more. More people panic, price don't want to buy more cards. Price goes down, nobody's going to buy the cards anymore. Company dead, game over. That's what they're doing.
Stores over retail. But even in places like Disney World, Disneyland, all those Disney places that have Disney stores have been seeing a lot of stock of the
Nothing
TCG as
pleasant
well.
about this coast.
So people have been heavily speculating that the first chapter has been getting a reprint, and Lorcana they've talked about possibly doing a reprint in the past. As I said, it's not off the table. But they need to gauge interest, and certain things have to happen for that to go through.
Let's go quickly before
with all of the first chapter stuff slowly trickling into LGSs and kind of making their way to the secondary market and all that.
Raiding, I imagine.
People have been speculating.
This mountain used to safeguard local hamlet valuables.
But
it's
as I'll
been
post a
abandoned
screenshot here in just a second, people are confirming, people within Lorcana or in the know have been posting that, hey, pump the brakes on that, it's not a reprint. And this is actually what one person had to say here. said, I saw some discussion asking us why stores have been getting restocks offered and rumors that this is a reprint. This is not a reprint. There was a percentage of product held back for set championships and competitive events, knowing new players would be coming into the game. And that's huge. There's a lot kind of going on in a little text here, but that's kind of squashing the rumors that there's reprints. So that does not, reprints usually devalue a set, and when I say that, it's from the investor standpoint. Players, collectors don't really care about reprints because there's no...
That is not true. That is not true at all. If there was no value in the cards, nobody would pay top dollar for them, and they would probably not even collect it in the first place. There's a high percentage of players that buy these cards because they have high value on reselling. If they didn't have high value reselling, they wouldn't even buy them in the first place. There's a high percentage of people that wouldn't even buy them in the first place. And that's a big deal. It's nice to collect them and look at them, but it's even nicer to know that they have value. Okay? That they have potential value. And nobody has ever been happy when the price of their cards go down. Nobody, zero people, have been happier.
For players, there's no change whatsoever on the card that affects gameplay, so there's no change there. For collectors, there's no additional stamps or markings unless it went from like a first edition print run to an unlimited print run, which doesn't happen hardly ever anymore. So outside of stuff like that, it doesn't affect those two at all. Not even a little bit. The only ones it does affect are investors because
overhead.
they collect certain serials, serial numbers and...
Not everyone does.
differences in boxes. So if you think back on the original Pokemon, you had the green wing Charizard box, and then they transitioned to the the correct blue wing Charizard. But people who invest in the game wanted those green wing boxes because they knew that was the first print run, and therefore had much more value associated to it. What's happening here is they're confirming there is no reprint. So for investors, that's like a huge, shout, yippee, hooray moment, because that means all their stuff that they have and all the stuff that's coming, if they buy it, it's still as good as the original print run because it is the original print run.
We should have some sort of plan.
So there's some big news in that front. Also, it shows that Lorcana has been planning for this all along, and I'm telling you, the more I look into and kind of go into Lorcana, the more I enjoy about it, the better off it is, the more I like it, because I feel like Lorcana Ravensburger, they are doing things the right way, and this just is another example of that. Setting product aside for set championships before the actual release of their very first set. So they had the roadmap. Every TCG has a roadmap, right? But whether they actually follow certain milestones and do all these things in their story, and then seeing or kind of go through some of these stock issues that they did have, and then just kind of maintaining what they were doing from the beginning, saying, hey, we are still incentivizing gameplay and players going to card shops and going to all these tournaments, because we want to get the gameplay going so much that we are going to hold back a good percentage of this very, very sought after first set and slowly trickle it. That way, people coming into the game, new players,
you could have got us killed,
have an option to get stuff without breaking the bank.
Looks like Ranrock's loyalists were heading further up the path.
Let's keep going.
Seems this guy is talking about a whole bunch of nothing. So he confirmed that they're not reprinting, they're just reusing stock from saved from what was it called? Stock that was saved for tournaments. I don't know if I believe that. It's kind of weird. Let's see, Lorcana. Oops. Disney Lorcana. First chapter? Interesting. Silk products. 239. Damn, it's expensive. Crazy. So a booster box is $238. Woo, crazy. $238. And if you look at the compass right here, not compass, but the graph. There's the graph. You see the price is going up, and then it dropped down, but like still the same. So if I change it to long term, I change it to longer term. It's like past 3 months right now. Oh, here we go. 6 months. It's like crazy up and down, up and down. It went up right here, March 31, but it went down here, 155, 200, 305 at the peak, and it dropped back down to 193. Woo! What happened? Check the 1 year. Look at how volatile this product is. It's insanely volatile. So I think it probably came out 1 year ago, maybe? It was $192 1 year ago, and then it's back to $192. $192. So like the very beginning it started off at $192. Right now it's still $192. I wonder if I can check official Lorcana website. Oh, I don't like Disney, so I would have never purchased from them in the first place. I don't trust Disney anymore. They're trash to me. Products, let's see. The first chapter. So it's like Disney cards? I didn't know Lorcana was Disney cards. How do you buy it? I guess you can't buy it. You have to buy it in the stores. Wow, that sucks. Amazing. Well, you can only buy that in stores. That means it kind of would super suck. I wouldn't want to go to stores to look for that stupid thing that I have to compete with even harder with scalpers buying them out from the stores. Hell no. Especially in my area. There's too many scalpers everywhere. Too many poor people that are exploiting as much as they can. There's the people around where I live are so poor that they can't even afford drugs.
Ramrock's gonna make everyone
That's why you
pay.
can't be a
Anything
drug
made from goblin silver belongs to us. Whether it's a sword or a repository, whatever that is.
dealer.
Did you hear that, Goblin? Ridiculous notions of ownership.
Yep, nice. Yeah. I think I should be invisible, but I'm not really. I see some red right here. Oh yeah, they're there. Let's do it.
Silent as a grave. One less human to worry about. Why can't I hit this? I won't rest.
Okay. Continue up the mountain to the purple area. Got it. I know what we're supposed to do. There's my one advice for TCG.
I agree.
cards.
Only
Don't do
good
it.
wizard's
It's like,
a
yeah.
dead wizard. Ranrock's
It's
got
like
that right,
Shinrambo.
and I'll be most keen to help him achieve his goals in that. Sworn.
Confringo.
I thought it would be fun, so I did it a little bit.
Leviosa.
I won't rest until
Too many criminal
This
badass.
Sebastian, wait.
Wait? For what? Why are you suddenly so cautious?
Listen to me. I know you're angry and frustrated, but charging ahead now could undo all the progress we've made. Lord Gok said...
That
Oh.
mask could do that too.
Your goblin friend?
Stop it. That's enough.
Yeah, stop it.
Not all goblins are like Ranrock. I am not the enemy. We want the same thing. To find answers.
I thought we wanted the same thing.
We do. Listen to me. Lord Gok has insights into Ranrock that we don't. He told me that Ranrock somehow knows about the Keepers and is searching anywhere connected to each of them. That's why they always seem to be one step ahead. I know what I'm doing. You need to trust me, or I don't see that we can continue together.
Fine. I'm sorry. I'm letting my emotions get the better of me. And I
Yeah.
have been for a while. I do trust you. And I don't think I can help Anne without you.
Good. Ranrock clearly knows more than we thought. We need to be careful and do this right, not just go charging in. We have our work cut out for us. We need to work together if we're going to find the final piece to the triptych.
To be fair, I don't think he was attacking. Tyrion.
Agreed.
I think he was following me. But he might have done something bad. Who knows? That's probably what they're gonna do. They're gonna make him do something bad, right? He's being set up for a fail somewhere. That's why they're doing this dialogue. This pointless dialogue is because they're setting him up for failure. Totally. A loading screen for the loading screen. Nice. Search for runes.
So far, so good.
We could do
Charming.
the follow right wall rule.
Spiders. How fitting.
Confringo!
Dead guy. Thanks for the knife.
Levioso!
Whoa.
Confringo.
Yep.
Levioso! Accio! Depulso! Sendo!
Yeah, that's what I was starting.
Levioso! Potato! Accio! Depulso! Levioso! Places! Defender!
Dead goblins. Must have been fighting the spiders and losing.
These spiders are determined to make a meal of us.
I'm sure we taste better than a goblin dinner.
Levioso! Glacius! Defender!
Sweet.
Levioso!
Beasts, aren't they?
staircase leading here. Whatever for?
I don't think anyone's been here for ages.
Confringo! Revelio! Confringo! Revelio!
Look at this place.
Confringo!
Not really my style.
Spiders.
A bit much, if you ask me.
Glacius! Defender! Protego! Stupid! Accio! Levioso! Levioso! Confringo! Confringo! Accio! Levioso! Confringo! Levioso! Confringo! Glacius! Defender! Levioso! Confringo! Getting through the cavern can't have been the only challenge. Perhaps we should search for runes.
We've seen rune symbols like these before.
Revelio. Revelio.
Where are those symbols at? I'm pretty sure I already hit all the symbols. Is the door supposed to open? Nope. Could be this one right here.
Confringo. Revelio.
Actually, we need to find all three runes. Is finding these chests luck or instinct?
Confringo.
Nope, nothing here. Unless it's hidden really well.
Revelio.
Negative was like 3.
Confringo. Levioso. Depulso. Accio.
Maybe it's behind something.
Confringo. Depulso.
Really? It wouldn't auto-target? That's so annoying. Bad game design. I should have hit it a long time ago when I was shooting at the door. Gross. I shouldn't have to manually target that.
Run! Roll! Levioso! Confringo! Depulso! Repulsor! Confringo! Defender! Glacius! Descendo! Propendo! Protego! Levioso! Confringo! Repulsor!
Now target spider.
Levioso! Glacius! Defender! Confringo! Protego! Nice teamwork. Nothing like an angry troll to bring friends together. Revelio.
Where did he come from? He was like, oh, that's interesting. It's all an object.
Flipendo. Confringo. Depulso. Accio.
It's definitely
That troll certainly made a mess of things. Debris everywhere.
Revelio. Confringo.
nothing here. I can't hit it with this.
Confringo.
Of course, there's no auto target there either. So annoying. So I guess I have to auto target this one.
Revelio.
I'm supposed to go up on top of that. Am I supposed to manually shoot it? Is that the secret?
Confringo. Depulso. Accio. Levioso. Flipendo. Descendo. Bombarda.
None of that's working.
I think
Revelio.
there's a path up there. The stairs are in a shambles.
Yeah. There's one shadow. It's like glitched out shambles. Alright, what are we supposed to do? Is it gonna be another
Bombarda. Flipendo. Descendo.
like every single spell in my arsenal?
Accio. Depulso. Confringo.
Just for
Levioso. Glacius. Defender.
oh, maybe I have to use that fixing
Quieter than a
spell.
jobberknoll.
That's probably what it
Preparo.
is. Oh, you kidding me?
That was a piece of work.
More than one.
Hero should work for everything if it's gonna work. Not supposed to jump up there. But I feel like that's a little too long.
We couldn't jump high enough to reach that ledge if we tried.
Yes, we need to get a box. And I already got one.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
And I'm too lazy to use it. Would it be back here?
Yes. What the?
Well worth.
Is your money right there? $5. It's so
Another
cheap.
barrier. We can blast through it, I'm certain.
Revelio.
Why do they have all this jump change right now?
This can't be a dead end. Must be another floor above us. Almost as good as if I'd done it myself.
We must remain.
Revelio. This place can't have belonged to only Isadora.
But the triptych pointed us here.
Confringo. Revelio.
I feel more and more capable each day. My sense of purpose, knowing that what I am doing is precisely what I was meant to do. Has never been clear. You mean the girl being the most evil girl of all time, most evil creature, becoming the demon lord of the whole world, the whole universe? Numerous souls have been able to help grow by the day, so much better. It was more like you're stealing their souls, and you're destroying souls of human beings. You're a delusional lunatic. And I have discovered that this magic itself somehow confirms that what I am doing is right. Each time I breathe in the haze, even a little, it's as though I become more capable and being rewarded by using this magic word that it was meant to be used. I fear, however, that I must find a way to store what I cannot use in the moment. I do not yet understand its power, and I do want to check. I have an idea. I feel that this could be a demon lord.
Good news?
This journal entry sounds worrisome.
Confringo.
I feel like I need to jump once. Oh, we made it. That was a weird jump. It was successful.
Revelio. Revelio.
Got two of them.
Revelio.
A long way down. I might have missed the switch on the way here. There's
Another
one.
rune symbol.
Pretty nice.
Feel as if I should be
Confringo.
language by now. Must be
Revelio.
another area Isadora created.
Isadora must have honed her skill with ancient magic here.
How could I have been so terribly wrong? The headmistress won't help me. Duh, you're the demon lord. I tried to make her understand she, like the others, is blind to the possibility of what I can do. I know. To save everybody, you just have to kill everybody, and then there'd be no pain whatsoever. It's totally easy. I know, I get it. Demon lords always mean good. Thanos killing half the population actually saves the other half of the population. That is the humane thing to do, right? I've come to learn that I can rely on you. I am more powerful. I think more powerful witch than I've ever been. I know that it's due to work. I shall not allow my mind to lie dormant as the keepers do. How I despise the darkness. As if keeping power often led to something too odd. I confess I have vowed to know if I ever will find another in my lifetime with whom I can share this work. If I do not, then I shall find solace as long as I have done this thing. A trail to follow, a path in which they can run. Perhaps they will do what I cannot, heal the world. You heal the world by stilling the souls of every individual on the whole planet. And as everybody dies, nobody will be suffering ever again. What a deal. What a deal. The best way to save everybody is by ending them. By ending the suffering. That's how you save them all. Take away their choice.
Another ancient magic passageway to the Undercroft. The final piece to the triptych must be here.
Oh.
Revelio.
Am I supposed to solve this puzzle? What is that thing up there? There's one thing up there.
Revelio. Confringo.
Oh, jump up here.
Revelio.
Ooh, interesting.
The final canvas piece to the triptych.
That will
We've
be
done
it.
it.
Isadora should not have had to keep all this secret.
I know from the memories I've seen that the Keepers and Isadora didn't see eye to eye on the use of ancient magic. But I don't understand why she seems to have gone to such great lengths to tell her story without their knowledge.
I wish you could see one of her memories.
So do I.
Perhaps completing the triptych will shed more light on all of this.
I find it hard to believe that she was doing good things, since she was literally doing things to human experiments without the people, without consent, which is bad. Bad enough to even if you're doing good, it's still bad. It's like giving people what is it called? It's like forcing people to take a vaccine, and then they die of the vaccine. They're like, "Whoops! I guess I didn't save
I
you."
cannot believe the journey this
The problem
triptych
is you
took
don't
us
give them
on.
a choice. That's why it's bad.
This is it.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. Go on, place it.
Yeah, it's lagging.
Another pensive.
This is what we've been chasing.
I wonder.
What is it?
Let's find out.
I cannot bring my brother back, Father. But I can give you peace. Please, have a seat.
Oh, I've seen this already.
Isadora, we are all most intrigued to hear.
We're ready. I've something to show you. Father, these are my colleagues from Hogwarts. Father hasn't spoken since my brother died.
And he's still not speaking, which makes it even more troubling.
On my travels, I confirmed that which I've always believed. That we have the power to take away pain.
No evidence. No evidence of pain in the first place.
Isadora,
Looks like you're taking away his soul. Looks like you're creating more pain. You're taking the soul.
what have you done?
I took his pain.
And you took his soul. Piece of it.
Thank you.
Oh, he's actually talking.
That worked.
It did indeed.
Of course it did. It's goblin silver.
I need something much bigger.
Alright. It would help if you could tell me more about what it is you're storing.
Magic. Left over from a spell I devised to remove pain, but if used correctly, its power can be used to do even more good.
Why would you want to store such magic away?
I only need to keep it safe until I can convince my colleagues of its worth. Magic like this? Unnerves some.
Not everyone's ready to wield such power.
Perhaps not. Someone will be.
Yeah, an evil person. Like the...
She took away the pain. I knew it. I knew there was a way to help Anne.
Something isn't right, Sebastian.
What do you mean? You saw what she did.
No, not the memories, the portrait. I think the reason Isadora hasn't appeared is because she can't.
I don't follow.
We have seen that view before. The abandoned home in Felgroth, the destroyed painting. It was her.
So someone destroyed a bit of enchanted canvas, but we found the memory.
Yes, you're right.
We saw what she wanted us
He's
to
a
see. We
moron.
saw what she could
he-
do,
how
what
does he
you
get-
can do.
How does he get...
But I
cured
don't know how
first
to
from
do
that?
what Isadora did.
Well, then you shall learn. The Keepers can teach you.
I'm not
That's
sure that they
ignorant
would.
as hell.
The Keepers believe that removing someone's ability to feel pain, it's a highly complicated, unpredictable form of magic. One that should be wielded with
Removing
great care.
somebody's soul is not
If
gonna
at
be
all.
bad
If
all.
at all, you've overcome all of their challenges. You've more than proven yourself. You can wield it. You have the ability.
Too dangerous. And there's no guarantee that it will save her.
Please, talk to the Keepers. If not for me, then for Anne.
How does any of this show evidence that it'll kill anyone? How does this guy come to that conclusion?
Why did the
He's just
Keepers want to
desperate.
keep Isadora quiet? Why destroy her portrait?
Well, it's because she's saying you're going for they want to keep her quiet. Maybe the Keepers. Where's the rest of my story? I have to wait for more? Oh no. Oh man, what the freak? No main quest? Grind out some more? Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Maybe I need to walk inside and see. That teleport. Good in my special room environment.
I found one of Ranrock's drills in a mine along the shore. I intend to destroy it. I'm tired of trying to reason with him. You're welcome to join me, but if I don't see you there, I will reach out when I return. I have something to give you.
Lodgot's getting himself into more danger than he realizes. I'd better find him.
Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
Did I upgrade my view? Nope. Please, please, please. Gosh darn it, this stupid mask. This mask is super green. 6. I just don't. Why can't they just all stay on? Interesting. Locked. It's not worth it. Unlock the quest. This side. Find the entrance to the mine. Oh, yeah. Whew, got lucky that came up. Wee-wee. What the heck are we doing?
Glaciers, Defender, Accio, Confringo, Levioso, Protego, Depulso, Levioso, Accio, Confringo, Depulso.
One less human to worry about.
Wonder if Ranrock and his crew are in there. No sign of Lodgok out here. Must be inside already.
Probably got in trouble. Probably chained up to be executed. I'll save him at the last second. Don't forget your talent points. Keep force control buff. Force control spells small enemies. Special rewards unlocked in the first field. Nothing useful.
Look at the size of this mine.
Something seems wrong.
This place is teeming with Ranrock's loyalists. I have to keep my wits about me.
Oh, you can see me.
Nothing. Just as I thought.
This cart ought to get me deeper into the mine.
Such arrogance.
Lumos! Protego! Defendo! Glacius! Flipendo!
I hate that!
Descendo! Bombarda!
Yeah, I'll just go. Waste of time.
Revelio!
Let's go nothing? Sure. Second ride.
Just like Gringotts. But I'm in the driver's seat this time.
Am I supposed to steer?
Something seems
How
wrong.
deep will this take me?
Ranrock's gonna be pleased with our progress.
Who was on that car?
Let me a hand with this part, will ya?
That has to be the end up ahead. Revelio. Confringo.
Pull that switch or something? I'm pointing to the switch? Is that what you're trying to say? Pull the switch? Is that the clue? What's the switch at?
I wonder where these pipes go.
There are so many switches. How am I supposed to know which one is the right switch?
Accio.
This doesn't matter.
Revelio.
Supposed to.
Glacier. Defender. Levioso. Confringo. Accio.
I've been fighting since
Levioso. Too late for you to learn the error of your ways.
Bro. I overkilled him that time.
Oh.
Oh.
Accio.
There you go. That wasn't fair. Because he was still alive. I should have been able to use a broom to fly. It's ridiculous that you can't fly indoors. Just for no reason.
Revelio. Accio.
Oh, thanks to Red.
Those goblins in my family worked in the mines at one time or other.
Gosh darn it. Okay.
You should see that look on Ranrock's face. We're close.
Ranrock is here. I only hope Lodgok doesn't cross paths with him.
Don't have you looking at
Revelio.
I can't see his face very good. Kind of looking this way. I'm supposed to shoot behind him? Look over there.
Who's there? Hello?
Revelio.
There we go. Oh, he's gonna see me.
Accio.
Who's that ship there?
Confringo. Levioso. Confringo.
You'll regret of such arrogance.
Glacier. Defendo. Descendo. Flipendo. Rada. No! Confringo. Ranrock has fooled you all. To your demand. Revelio. Where does this one lead? These devices run on steam power. I hope I can get to Ranrock before Lodgok does.
I'm kind of guessing that Isildur turned to the Lich King and Ranrock's going to be next boss. That would not be surprising if she was looking for a lead. But Isadilla was the main Ranrock. What's it called? The Demon Lord. And Namrock is just working for her.
Another drill is complete. The wizarding world will crumble.
I can end this right now. I have to destroy the drill and stop Ranrock's loyalists. Glacius, Defender.
I won't rest.
Leviosa. Confringo. Depulso. Accio. Bombarda.
Little moon card. Home, mate.
Up for a bit of carrying on.
Protect. Leviosa.
Ranrock wants to see us.
Depulso. Accio. Confringo. Glacius. Defender. Leviosa. Accio. Depulso. Protego. Levioso, Confringo, Accio, Glacius, Defender, Depulso, Confringo, Levioso.
What are you doing? Why?
Protego.
Your time is short, child.
Accio. Leviosa. Confringo. Revelio. Accio. Depulso. Confringo. I have to find a way to stop that drill.
That is unfortunate. No matter, we will build another.
I found this one lurking outside.
Lodgok, come to make amends, little brother.
I came to stop this.
What is this you've brought me? It cannot be. All this time,
You knew. You knew where it was.
Don't!
You're right.
I'll never understand you, Lodgok. So gullible. That witch did not consider you an equal. She, like all wizard kind, sought only to use you.
You're wrong, Ranrock.
The young ones are especially deceitful. They are taught to hide their disgust for us as they exploit us.
Astonishing that our ancestors ever trusted each other.
All this time, looking everywhere for the final repository, searching in vain for Bragbor's last journal. Wasted my time chasing a child. And my little brother knew where it was all along. But now, I don't need you. I don't need any of you.
I was bringing it to you.
You are a traitor to our kind!
Whoa, whoa! Why just sit there and let everything happen?
Abracadabra!
Poor Lodgok. Dead by his brother's hand. No wonder he tried so hard to reason with him.
Why couldn't I fight? Was it impossible? Yeah. That's just a news.
Now to get out of this blasted place.
I felt like I could have taken him. They should have at least gave you the choice and just make him so impossible to kill that you have to run away. That'd be better than what they did. At least then it was like you had to run away because you had no chance. So basically they didn't trust Isidelda, and so they probably stolen this from her. That's why they just started.
I'll send word to Fig to meet me in the map chamber. He and the Keepers need to know Ranrock has that journal and knows where the final repository is.
Thanks to the eating in church. I thought it was something else. How far away are they from the town? Can't be too far before it shows up.
Revelio.
Not within Revelio. I wasn't going to turn. One.
Revelio.
Make sure there's not one behind me. Got one trip back. Go to map chamber. Come on, loading screen. Hogwarts map. We can run. Loading screens. Loading screens. Wait, I went to the wrong room. Gosh darn it. Wrong room. Wrong room. Yeah. Might as well check all this stuff out since we're here. Teleporting to special room, and then the map room. And we got a long loading screen, as usual. If you overprint, you'll pay the price. That's dumb.
Folks, welcome back. My name is
2 days ago?
Alpha Investments.
That's not true.
Well,
They
you
never
told me.
overprinted.
You're either one of the 500 people who've blown up my emails
He's a liar.
or patron messages, and regarding the breaking news of Magic the Gathering, Hasbro's Wizards of the West Coast, and the announcement of Cynthia Williams resigning.
This is not true. How did... Oh, Magic the Gathering? Wait, who is this person? Cynthia Williams? Who is this person? I'm pretty sure that's BS. No way that you have to follow the scalpers or you go out of business. There's no way that's a thing. Cynthia Williams resigned. Wizard of the Coast President Cynthia Williams steps down. But she doesn't print Pokemon or print anything. How does she print too much and go out? It's stupid. What does she print? According to filing SEC, the current president Wizard of the Coast and Hasbro Gaming will be stepping down at the end of the month. Someone held the position for 2 years. The previous holder is currently CEO. That has nothing to do with printing anything. That's dumb.
As the head person of Wizards of the Coast.
Dumb. This is clearly Alpha Investments, and all the scalpers are lying. She did not get resigned because she was printing too much of any product. What product was with Magic the Gathering? No, that's dumb.
Boy, where do we start with this? First, we'll report the news. The news is, and then we'll go into the Rudy memes and Rudy opinion. The news is Cynthia Williams is officially resigning, giving a 2 weeks notice. And of course, everyone says everything's on great terms. Everybody gave hugs on the way out. Nothing negative. Hasbro and WotC and Dr. Cox wish her a successful career, her next big step into the multiverse and all this. Okay, so now that, are we done with all that BS? Okay, so now that I've got the shit out of the way, the reality is the company does not have a replacement person lined up. That immediately tells me that this was not planned. Let's get that out of the way first, just front and center. Positive thing. They stated that they're looking for replacements to run Wizards of the Coast as the president, CEO, whatever names and narratives you want to put on it, who cares? Titles and things don't mean anything in this world. So, I believe whatever name of CEO or new president of Wizards, these titles, it's all fairy dust. Clearly there was irreparable differences within, and she ended up resigning. We'll never really know the true story.
That's the real truth. Nobody knows the true story. It's definitely not because she overprinted. This is just the dumbest thing ever. He's such a blatant liar. Look at this. I shrunk it down. It says, if you overprint, you will pay the price. That implies that she got fired because she overprinted. There's no evidence for that. This is just a blatant lie, and this is why I hate all scalpers and investors. They're all freaking dirty as hell, including him.
If you work at Wizards of the Coast, Alpha Investments LLC at gmail.com. I'd love to get some information. Anonymous, of course, and when we report it, it is always an email to myself. I believe what's going on is, simply put, they were not able to come to terms on how to navigate moving forward. I think Cynthia wanted to go in one direction, the data and things like that are not agreeing with the direction she wanted to go, and with the pushback between Dungeons & Dragons and, of course, Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering, all of these things were just a lot of tug-of-war, as we discussed on this channel, through Magic 30 a year ago, all the way through 2023 into 2024, as we discussed on this channel. If you fuck things up, you will pay the price. This is not surprising. Everybody is literally excited. I didn't know the woman. She could have been an amazing person. Doesn't mean anything. We don't really care about the personal situation. This is strictly a publicly traded company. This is something...
See, he just admitted he doesn't know anything about this. You freaking idiot. Why would you title the video, if you overprint, you will pay the price? This is clearly either clickbait and it's, at a minimum, straight up blatant lie. It's a blatant lie because if you overprint, it depends on what does that even mean? I think if you print enough for the customers, you will not pay the price because you'll have happy customers. I think if you print not enough, you'll have nothing but scalpers buying your stuff, and you'll lose all your customers, and then the scalpers will control the market. People like alpha investors will destroy you. They'll have the choice to destroy you if you don't do what they say, which is serve the scalpers. And you don't want to be you don't want to be answering to the freaking most evil people on the planet.
That everybody knows from all over the multiverse that Hasbro, or I guess they're spoken of Wizards has tremendous problems. They are milking, they are absorbing secondary market card prices. It's making it more difficult for them to sell their increased price points, asking prices, because, well, if you keep reprinting and knocking everything out with secret layers and there's no expensive cards, how do you raise the price? But then when you raise the price, the cards are expensive, then they don't sell the boxes, and then the boxes build up, and then they get...
Let's look at the charts. This is a box of Murders of Carlo Manor. The price is $98. I believe the market has been going down. This is the 1 month going down, 3 months going down, 6 months significantly diving, going down huge over 6 months. 1 year, well, it's only been out for 6 months and it's been dropping like crazy. Now, is this because they printed too much? I don't think so. I think it's because the scalpers are dumping on the market. The scalpers are angry because maybe she served all the customers and all the customers got enough product and they stopped buying. So what happens is the scalpers will resell on the market. They'll dump their product, which will trash the product. Here's my prediction: when they stop printing it, the price will stop going down. But this is something that's brand new. I think they expected them to serve the scalpers, so that they expected the price to go back up. But then they served the community, or maybe it wasn't popular enough, and like the previous expansion killed it, or maybe the overpriced boxes made it not worth buying, and so the scalpers couldn't resell. But the truth is they're not going to print unless they sell. Well, the scalpers bought them all out. Well, that's why they only printed enough. So can I buy this from the main website? That's the question. Are they sold out? If they are sold out, how are they going out of business since they sold out of cards? That doesn't even make sense.
Backlogged, and then they become blue boxes, and everything gets backed up, and then the market collapses, and then Cynthia, who used to come from Microsoft Gaming, and then worked at Philip Morris putting cigarettes, and then of course worked at Amazon, is supposedly, again, email to myself, responsible for the Amazon dumps and her ideas and different things. Like, you know, if you overprint and you do not adjust, you will get fucked. This is what happened. We discussed this for the last year on this channel, and it finally happens, and everyone's going, "Huh, what the fuck happened?" We discussed it, and we discussed it to no end. If you want to get all fancy calculus formula, if your rate of change is slower than the market's rate of acceptance, you will fail. So let's make a little bit, let's paint a little bit more thicker, some brighter colors in the painting. If you do not adjust your print runs, and you do not go quick enough, and the market is adjusting quicker than you will get fucked. So here we are in April 2024, and Cynthia is ready for the next big thing in her life. Again, all positive, nothing negative. Cynthia's proud. I would assume she left the corporate headquarters in either a private jet, helicopter, or limo or something. And I even heard they give you like free Chick-fil-A in the limo. It's kind of crazy. But again, according to the official press releases, you will never hear anything negative, because that's not how corporate and public PR, HR, and all these stupid things work in real world. But essentially, all of this goes back to the management at the top. The most positive thing out of this whole situation is that there was a comment on these press releases stating that Wizards of the Coast wants to promote from within. I think that's fucking fantastic. The only thing better than...
So I found the product. This is the official way to buy it. This is the primary market. Apparently, the Murders at Carlo Manor is still in stock. $107.79 for Magic the Gathering pack, booster pack, 36 packs. So, what happened? They printed too much. Period. They printed too much. So, I guess he's right. So this is the other side of the coin. So, like, that's kind of weird for me to see that, because when I was buying Pokemon cards, I couldn't even pre-order them. The pre-orders for Pokemon cards were sold out, and then the release day they were sold out, so I couldn't buy any cards, so that kind of pissed me off. This is the opposite. Did they sell out of pre-orders for that? No, because that theme sucks, probably. Should they have printed more? No, because the pre-orders did not sell out. They should have held back, or lowered the price. I don't know. Anyways, I think they were trying to expect to not be able to print enough for the market, so they probably raised the price, and they're paying dearly. Now, if we compare that to other companies that print, they probably don't have a crazy high price mark. And so what I believe is that even though they printed too much, they're still going to make a lot of money. And then after they sell out of these boxes, if they don't print anymore, hopefully they don't print anymore, the value of the cards is still going to be pretty high. I think. Possibly. I would rather the cards be available on day one versus only a few people, only a fraction of the buyers can get the products. I'd rather them slightly go over, maybe like 5 to 10 booster boxes over the market, because then everybody's going to be satisfied and they don't have the scalpers. Are the scalpers selling? Yeah, they're selling under the price. Are people buying from scalpers? Probably. I don't support that. I would never buy from scalpers. I will only buy from official sources. And the primary reason is because you pay a little bit of extra to get the official product, which is not going to be tampered. get it from a scalper, you're risking a scammer or a tampered box, which would be not cool. Anyways, let's continue his crazy video. You can't blame the CEO for that. I mean, partially, but I don't think she printed too much. I think the product wasn't good enough to sell enough, because it's possibly people weren't interested in that theme deck. Probably wasn't interesting enough to sell a lot. It wasn't like the 151 set in Pokemon that sold out instantly within 0 seconds.
That would be Rudy being brought in, which is, you know, they hate me, so it's never gonna happen. But promoting from within, hopefully someone.
No, if they bring Rudy in, then they'll completely destroy the company. He'll do something like what's it called? Reduce the print run, and he'll have so many sets. He'll completely price out all the casual customers, and then he'll make it so extreme that the entire hobby is going to be on a tipping point. So extreme that as soon as that bubble bursts, he will completely kill the entire company, because all the casual customers would be gone, and the only people left would be the scalpers and the investors. And the way the scalpers and investors work is kind of like a pyramid scheme. The person on the bottom is the guy that gets left with the bag, and they lose big. And it's just going to destroy stuff like all pyramid schemes as soon as it gets figured out. And that's why they'll never hire this guy, because nobody's that insane.
I don't give a shit how young or old they are. I don't care if they're a purple people eater, if they live on Pluto, still a planet. I don't give any shit about the person. They need to have the skill set and knowledge and be willing to handle the things that make you look like a bad guy and need to be said and done. Okay? Wizards of the Coast, as we went through a bear market and crash with Magic the Gathering, they did pivot. As we've seen in recent sets, print runs were adjusted lower.
Yeah, I think they should have lowered if they. I don't know how much, but they're also adjusting by lowering the price of their boxes, which I think is good. But they probably printed too much, because it's been 6 months, and that set should have been. I don't know, when did that set came out like 3 months ago, I think. And I think it should have been sold out by now, but it's not. But you know what? Pokemon still has sets in stock that have been lasting forever, and so I don't think that's a fair comparison. I don't think it's fair to judge them harshly because their set didn't sell out. I mean, doesn't Pokemon have old sets in stock in their official website? They have to. I mean, pretty sure. Let's see. Trading card game. Let's see. Do they have old boxes in stock? Of course they do. They have to. Let's see. Elite trainer boxes. Yeah, they have 1 billion. What the freak? Look at this. This is the official website. Scarlet and Violet still in stock. Scarlet and Violet still in stock. Are they going to be blamed for being overprinters? No, because they still support the scalpers. What's this? Shield? How long ago has Sword and Shield been? They're still in stock, and they're for sale $50. Another Sword and Shield. Another Sword and Shield. Shining Fate still in stock. If these are still in stock, aren't you going to blame them? Pokemon Go is still in stock. Aren't you going to accuse them of printing too much? Hell no, because they're not trashing on the scalpers. Dude, this guy's full of jeez. He's full of crap.
Modifications were made on the cards that were being reprinted. Power creep's a thing, but they're slow to react change coming off the 2021 COVID boom.
I think it's dumb what he's accusing them of. It's super stupid. Super stupid. Let's see the scene right here.
I hope Professor Fig got my owl. I need to tell him and the Keepers that Ranrock knows where the last repository is.
Let's watch this real quick. Come back to it.
According to the owl I received, Ranrock is moving more quickly than we could have anticipated.
This is grave news indeed. We had hoped for more time to discuss the best path forward.
Let us hear what the student has to say.
Professor, you received my owl. Ranrock has the last of Bragbor's journals. He killed Lodgok to get it. He knows where the last repository is.
Godric's heart.
Lodgok and Ranrock were brothers. Lodgok was bringing the journal to me.
Ranrock is a monster. We need to know where the final repository is.
Surely this changes things. Ranrock has Bragbor's journals and knows where the final repository is.
We obliviated Bragbor. He kept journals? Why would he have documented all of this? He didn't know what we were containing.
Isadora told Bragbor about the magic when she asked him to build a container for her. I've seen her memories.
Isadora left memories for someone to find? You know what she did?
Her memories showed what she did for her father, which I also saw in Professor Rookwood's pensive. And a conversation with Bragbor in which she expressed frustration about the limits being placed on her use of ancient magic.
Based upon the memories they have seen, I believe our young friend is well aware of the grave circumstances in which we find ourselves. The next trial will involve an exceptional level of magical skill and a nuanced ability to interact with beasts. Find a face of stone and tendrils. I should advise you that you must engage with any beast that is part of the trial on your own. Professor Bakar will meet you in his pensive room.
An exceptional level of magical skill? Nuanced ability to interact with beasts? I suppose we should begin our search for a face of stone and tendrils, whatever that may be.
Very well.
Professor Weasley has been keeping an eye on me. Perhaps we should meet there, so she has no reason to raise concerns with Professor Black. I shall see you near the coast. Perhaps then you can tell me a little more about the memories of Isadora that you witnessed.
Wherever that's at. Is it gonna have a map malfunction? 133. Oh, it's way far away. Okay, roll map. Can we finish it in 30 minutes? I can only hope. Whoa, what's way down there? It's gonna be a while. Might as well watch videos.
Did substantial damage to the company. The mass printing of secret layers, and again, now they're more limited. Their collector boxes are becoming collectible again, kind of thing. We are seeing these slow, but they are so slow to react. Again, their reaction speed was too slow. Like, how do I say this? Okay, like the markets cutting down. The downfall of the market was happening at such a fast rate of change, but the corporate dumbfucks were reacting so slow they could never get in front of it. And because of that, the icing on the cake, Magic 30 in, for some reason, marked bottom water, middle water. No, path water. He's floating around somewhere with a rubber duck. For some reason, they all thought it'd be a great idea to try to sell $1,000 4-pack
Still
reprint
not perfect
target
practice.
And it was one of the biggest nuclear disasters in modern Magic history, and I have a hard time believing it. So, that's kind of step back from everything. It is the end of an era for Cynthia. Does that mean I'm gonna give you all another piece of something you may not want to hear? In my opinion, her leaving is not really going to change very much. Okay, one person like that leaving is a good way, maybe.
I found it. Do you recall
them
near one of the
responsible management and just kind of price points, print runs, all these things that are the very all this stuff is, they're supposed to have boards of directors, meetings, and they're supposed to have kind of a sum of all opinions, and they make the best decisions. So they're supposed to do it. I believe the changes that are already taking place are before. I don't think we see any other major shifts in the near term because the changes have already started about 6 months ago when the market bottomed in October, November. I think this is more of a feel-good symbolic moment because essentially you had top that was, kind of at the leadership helm when a lot of bad decisions were made. With everything from Magic 30 to print runs to the moon because they became disconnected with reality. And as all these things get kind of back under control, I'm not surprised to see kind of, as they said, ahead.
Up for a bit of dying, are we?
I do believe
you're really not very good at this, are you?
Go and patrol.
Again, that will be possible news articles. Now, for all of you out there watching this, or LGSs, or people investors, the Magic, whoever you are, overall, I don't think this is really going to impact 99% of the market, the people, the stores, the distribution, or anything. Because I think,
You see what he said? He said the reverse. Everything is going to get better. Well, maybe she did the right thing by selling enough to the customers and destroying the scalpers, the scalper profit. So like none of those scalpers that bought at the highest price point of 130, they're never going to make any profit because they're reselling it at a loss. They're reselling the boxes at $80, $90, and so they're losing $30 per box, $20 per box, and they're taking a loss on like shipping probably. Is this a good thing? Yes, because scalpers are ruining the market. What should happen is that the scalper market should match the price of the product or be higher. And the reason why the scalper market is $20, $30 below the market is because scalpers bought a ton of product and expected it to sell out. So when it doesn't sell out, all the scalpers lose money. That's a good thing. Nobody should want scalpers to make money off of the product on day one release. So what's really going to happen is, and I hope it does, and this guy's saying it, he's predicting it's going to happen, which is going to be, I told you I'm right. No, he was wrong when he said that printing too much was a bad thing. I'm saying that printing too much destroys the scalpers, which is a good thing, because when you have no scalpers, you don't have the volatility of a product. Your product is not volatile, where the price is going to go up and down based on the scalper mentality. But what's going to happen is the next product is going to either print less and have less scalpers buy it because they're scared of losing money. And so when less scalpers buy it, you have more happy customers, more happy casual customers, and it will increase slowly, of course. It will slowly increase the value of the product because you will slowly increase the customer base, the actual customers, not the collectors, not the investors, not the scalpers, okay? And so as it increases, as the value of the product increases, they will actually make more money in the long term because the product will be more valuable and it'll be more trusted because the customer. So anyway, it's interesting. I think that every product should print out and have extra left over, and unfortunately it doesn't. I think that if a product sells out of pre-orders and then the product sells out on day one, I think they should never stop reprinting until every customer is satisfied. In fact, I believe they should have pre-orders for after they release, because if a product sells out, they should have pre-orders for product they're reprinting, and this is why. Number one, it will destroy the scalpers, so you don't have a ruined market. Number two, every customer will be satisfied because you'll sell to every customer. And number three, if people don't pre-order it, then you don't print it, so you don't have any overprinted product. They'll print exactly enough for the customers. Imagine that. Imagine that. If only they could have any brains to do that, but they don't. They're just shooting out like 1,000 at a time. And I think they maybe if they did do 1,000 at a time, if they sell half of it, I guess that's good. Don't print more after the the print run doesn't sell out. If they're not sold out, stop printing. Easy as that. I don't know. It's a no-brainer. But I'm sure that's what they're doing. I'm sure they're not stupid. I'm sure that they have like a small amount of product that's not selling because the scalpers are dumping on the market. And that's the problem. The scalpers are selling at $80, $90, far below market value. That's why those last 10 boxes are not selling. They probably printed just over what they sold, and so it's just dumb. Alpha Investment is a freaking he's a moron. Anybody listens to him is either a scalper or a moron. It's dumb. Or no fans of the actual game is gonna listen to this guy, or should listen to this guy, because he's just a destroyer of markets, just like he destroyed MetaZoo. He did. Anyways.
Like, if you think about this, you can kind of visualize some of these conversations. Like, think about it. Imagine, like, all these collapses and problems. Distributors were literally arguing with wizards, and, like, they were just nasty behind-the-scenes meetings and things. Like, imagine all these things going on, okay? And then imagine, like, someone like Cynthia saying, well, I think, I thought it was a good idea to dump everything on Amazon. And all these distributors and stores are like, and because of you doing that...
And once again, he's lying. She never dumped all the things on Amazon, just like Pokemon did the exact same thing. And he didn't accuse Pokemon of dumping all those boxes on Amazon, even though they are on Amazon too. This is just a blatant lie, and it's a double standard for any company that supports the scalpers. They get a double standard. It's okay for them to do the exact same thing, but it's not okay for Magic the Gathering. It's a double standard. Stupid, Make up your mind. Jeez, either you treat all companies the same, or you don't. You're a freaking hypocrite. You have a double standard for different companies based on if they support scalpers or not, obviously. And what about MetaZoo? Of course, all those failed TCGs you supported, that supported scalpers, they're all dead. Why are they dead? You have no excuse. The reason why they're dead is because you gave them advice, and that advice was the worst. It was anything but support the customers. Bye. You're bad advice. There you go.
We are ordering less, and then you're fucking everyone over. So now you have the snowball.
He's not effing anybody over. The company's not effing anybody over. They're only effing the scalpers over. Only the scalpers got screwed. Nobody else. Stop complaining about investors / scalpers losing money, because they should not do that in the first place. That's what ruins the companies. See, this guy's a freaking idiot. You ruined us over. Yeah, you ruined all the scalpers over. That's actually a good thing. This guy thinks it's a bad thing to ruin scalpers. Idiot. Stupid.
You have that downward spiral. When you have those death spirals, it's so difficult to come out. Because essentially, once everybody knows you're overprinting, and once everybody knows that Amazon dumps, and once everybody knows the...
First of all, they are not overprinting. They just stopped printing, and just like any company, including Pokemon or whoever, they do the exact same thing, and they all have card boxes left over after they're done printing. There's no report that says that they are overprinting. There's no proof that they're overprinting. There's no evidence that they have so much stock over. The only evidence you have is that scalpers over-purchased this product, and they're selling it like $30, $40 below market price, below the initial price. They're losing out. That's the only evidence you have. So you need to stop lying. And anybody watching this guy, dude, if you believe anything he says, you are part of the problem. You are a moron. Or you're a scalper, and you want to make money by scalping the market, and you don't care about the genre, you don't care about the TCG. Obviously, that's why you want to destroy it. Well, I don't care about scalpers. I wish they lose all their money. I care about the game. I care about the TCG. And you know what? Anything, like, I care about the toys. I care about the fun. I care about the happiness. And the #1 problem with all these children's toys toys is that scalpers ruin it. They buy out all the children's toys and they resell them for triple the price. And it ruins Christmas, it ruins holidays, whatever. And so I don't support scalpers. It's a no-brainer for me.
Secret lair machine is so red hot. Once everybody knew these variables were in place, the market was just falling apart. And Wizards of the Coast sales were just becoming very rough. And then you saw Ravnica Remastered.
No, what we see is the pyramid collapsing. All the resellers and all the scalpers are selling out, and the person on the bottom of the pyramid is going to be left with the bag. That's what's happening. Everybody left with the product that scalped it, like didn't sell early, is being left with the bag. Don't blame the company for the scalpers buying the product out. I mean, I don't know. It's just dumb.
Peak after the end of the crash there was the first set to have pre-orders like November, December, was right at the bottom of the market, and it had the record lowest amount of pre-orders like in a new Magic set in like modern Magic history. I don't know how far back, I don't have the exact details, but it was the record lowest pre-orders in ages. And then, I mean, Wizards had to come out telling you, hey, tell all your stores, no restocking collector.
So if they had a record low number of pre-orders, would that also imply that there's a record low number of people purchasing Magic the Gathering because scalpers have ruined it? Wouldn't that imply that they didn't overprint the product? Wouldn't that imply that when scalpers are left with the product, that the scalpers are buying too much product? They should have not bought it, but they did anyways. Wouldn't that imply that the problem is, I don't know, the problem is that the scalpers have created artificial demand and they're printing to the scalpers and not the actual customers? I don't know. It's dumb. It's just, I don't know. It sounds like when they do a pre-order, they just went over the pre-orders and they won't print anymore. What's your evidence that they printed more than they initially said they were going to print? Let's say they print 1,000, they do pre-orders ahead of time, so, and maybe the pre-orders didn't do 1,000, didn't buy out all 1,000. Well, they don't print anymore. Well, how do you know they printed more? You are making a false claim with no evidence. You claim that they printed more than, you're claiming that they printed more after the pre-orders didn't sell out. How do you know that? Zero evidence. Zero evidence. You have no numbers to back it up. That's why this is this is just fake news or just idiots. This is idiocracy.
We're gonna be hardcore. Like, they had to do memos to tell distribution, to tell sales reps, to tell stores, hey, you know, this is different, just to get stores to have confidence to order a product. And fucking Williams is at the top, thinking, this is great, fuck it, doesn't work. Amazon, Bezos, Penis Rocket, no, Jeff Bezos, yep, no, new ship, yep, alright.
This guy's an idiot. Don't listen to anything he says. He's freaking talking out of his butthole. Everything he says has no evidence to back it up, no facts. What's more likely happened is that the CEO is a brainless fool and didn't do anything, and everything went the exact same way as it did on the last print release. The only difference is that not enough people bought the product, period. They probably printed the exact same amount, and maybe there was just less demand for the product because it wasn't as popular. That's more likely what happened, and is almost certainly what happened. They're not going to give you the numbers because they don't want to show you the sales are going down.
Yeah, it's like all these things, the people at the top are responsible for signing off of these decisions. Because you have two scenarios. Either A, Cynthia didn't know it, that means she's no good at
is one of
job.
my favorite hamlets in the
stupid.
area.
B, she did.
That is 99% of CEOs. They're just there just to manage the people on the top. And most of the time they do crazy things that don't make sense, except they do what the stockholders tell them to do. They're almost like relayers. They're like puppets. Not ever do they do anything for the customers, and Maybe because she did everything the same, maybe she did something wrong, but you don't have any evidence of that. Nobody has evidence of what she did wrong. There's no report of anything she did wrong, other than the same as the previous person, or the previous set. Nothing different, nothing changed.
You know it, and thought it was a good idea, which again shows she's disconnected and stupid. Both forks in the road lead to a bad leadership situation. We've said it for a while. These thousands of people working at the WotC headquarters on the West Coast, these people work 24/7, live, eat, and breathe magic, artwork, design, R&D, all these things. Okay?
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
All these employees are the true wizards. These are the backbone people that we should be giving hugs, mouth hugs, free tacos to. These are the backbone. These are the true savers of magic. Not these corporate suits at the top, where Cynthia has to have a CNBC and a fireside chat.
Revelio.
Tell everybody about magic, and the way she does that with Chris Cox is she reads the fucking Wikipedia article on what the definition.
I have no idea what the reason is. They probably did something like some kind of woke thing that pissed off some people. Nobody knows why nobody liked whatever manner. It could have been a serious number of things. Maybe people weren't happy about the theme because it's not exciting. I didn't think the theme was good compared to all the other themes. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was fake. And then I saw it, I was like, wow, it's real. Who cares about some kind of mystery matter? It's just so crazy.
Of magic cards are, because the woman was that disconnected. And I guess when this video on this, I always wonder who on earth actually thought it was a great idea to put this person in charge. That's the kicker of the whole era of Cynthia Philip Morris Williams. That is the ultimate question I've always wanted to know. Who and why, and what did they think was going to
You're here. I have good news. We do not have any of Ranrock's loyalists to contend with. Of course, the bad news is that it's likely because they no longer need to track the Keepers for information.
He's almost done. Find the clue to open the pensive chamber. Alright, let's do this.
Revelio.
In the bushes, of course.
Confringo!
Ah.
Is that a... It is. I believe I know what must be done.
Well, then do it. Don't speak to him.
Do you recognize the head sculpted there?
I'm not sure.
That's a head. I can't say that I do.
It appears to be a fearsome beast known as a graphorn. And the prints carved into the ground lead me to believe that a graphorn will somehow open the way forward.
That's what Professor Rackham meant when he spoke of my needing an ability to interact with beasts.
It would seem so. I do know that the last of a long dynasty of graphorns lives nearby. They call him the Lord of the Shore. I suspect you'll need to bring him here. What happens next, I can't say.
He'll open the door.
If that's what must be done, I'll do it.
Excellent. I know this area well enough. When you see the remains of a large sea creature, you're in the right place. Now, Professor Rackham made it clear.
Wizards of the Coast corporate building that have been there for 20 to 30 years. You can't tell me that's not true. I know that's true. And why are those people not being pushed up? Why are they not working together with the head people? Why are they not, hey, wait. Well, years ago when we did this didn't work. Oh, years ago.
The reason why those people aren't working with the CEOs and the head people is because they're busy doing their job. They don't have time to deal with management. And management or the stock don't care about what they think because they think in a way that helps the customers. Whereas a stockholder doesn't care about the customer. They only care about profits. Huge difference. And the CEO is the bridge between the workers and the stockholder, because the stock, they don't want the workers to know that they only care about the money. They want to trick the workers into working harder without knowing that it's for the greed. That's why this guy's a freaking moron. Doesn't even know
but we did this thing called Chronicles. Because, you know, we did this reserve list thing because we had to get confidence back in the market for collectors and investors. Wait, you see investors? There are people there that know and understand. And that leaves us at the end of the chapter of Cynthia Williams. Again, nothing about her. I'm sure she could be a great person, but I don't respect her as a president or CEO of a company based on what the company did under her management. And that's all that really matters. Past that, as far as a regular human in the real world, and how nice or evil or good a person is indifferent. I don't give a shit. But that's the data of what this woman did.
Yeah, don't blame the scalpers for dropping the price down -$40 lower than retail price. Don't blame those people, right, Rudy? Don't blame the scalpers that over-purchased the product and couldn't sell, so they had to reduce the price $40 to $50 below market price. I mean, I can check it right now. I'm pretty sure it's $40 or $50. Magic the Gathering box. Murders Marlowe, 107. So the original price was $126.88. So $127 was the original price. Let's check the price from 127. What's the change? That's not good stuff. TCG player. Loading forever. See, Murders of Karlov Manor. I'm gonna pick sealed product. There we go. Booster. 36 packs, right? Just making sure. Yep, 36 boosters. There we go. 36 boosters from 127 to 98. That is a decrease of $30. A $30 decrease in price. Are you kidding me? It's the so look at this. There's so many. Look at how many there are sold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 23. Look at all these boxes that are being sold on the secondary market. And that was the 12th, which was 8 days ago. From the 19th to the 12th. 1 week. They're selling out tons of copies. Look at all these. So when did they start panicking? When did the scalpers dump on the market? How long ago? So there's so many sales. I mean, it goes on forever practically. Look at that. Make it smaller. I can't see the number. It just goes on forever. The number sold goes on forever. See how many scalpers are selling on the second or third market? So many scalpers going out and selling. Of course the price is going to go down. And so that's almost 1,000 boxes sold in this is January, February, March. In March, about 1,000 boxes sold in March. That's all scalpers' fault. They're selling below market value, so it's forcing the Amazon price to lower the price because they're not going to sell their last boxes. It's the scalpers that are selling. If the scalpers were the same price as Amazon, then it wouldn't be a scalper problem. It would be just scalpers, people buying and not wanting. It's so bad. I don't know. What am I gonna do? 1000% scalpers investors' fault for the crash of the market. If it wasn't selling on the third market at $20, $30 below, it's actually $30 below market value. If the scalpers weren't reselling at $30 below market value, they would sell out. But we have to wait till the scalpers sell their product first before Magic the Gathering can sell theirs, because the scalpers are always going to lower the price just below the market value, even if it's discounted. Anyways,
or what happened with the company while she was in control will go down as a historical thing between Magic 30s and the most overprinted era of Magic. Again, we end this video.
Yes, it was overprinted because scalpers made artificial demand. If the scalpers did not create artificial demand, they wouldn't have had a false idea of what the demand was. They didn't know what the demand was because scalpers are always artificially creating demand. Causes volatility. This volatility did not come out of mid-air. It came from scalpers. 100% scalper faults. He will never blame the scalpers. That's why he's a moron.
As I said 6 months ago, 7 months ago, 10 months ago, 4 months ago, 2 months ago.
Hello?
And this morning will take.
Well, I've only been running.
I will tell you all the same thing. If a company like Wizards of the Coast does not throttle back their print,
What do you have for sale?
They will fucking fail.
Obviously, they're gonna throttle it back. They've been throttling it back probably already before you even said it. You freaking moron. The thing is that it's either gonna sell out or it's gonna be in stock for a long time. Why? Because the scalpers are gonna buy it out. The biggest problem that they had was that the pre-orders didn't sell out, and they should have. I don't know. They should have probably. They should have probably minimized this print run when the pre-orders didn't sell out. But I don't know. It's a problem that is created by scalpers, and as long as you never.
Thank you kindly for your business.
As long as you never deal with the scalpers, you will always have the problem. And you, Rudy, are propagating the problem. You're promoting the problem by ignoring it. Everybody knows that scalpers are a problem, and they're going to cause artificial demand and artificial scarcity, because they're going to buy it out, and it's going to seem like it's scarce, but they're holding on to the product. Anyways, in time, the product will sell out, and then the value will go up. I assume it's not going to go up until it's done. I think it's really hard. I think the problem is that they probably don't have as much control over the print runs, and the most ideal thing would be to sell or print extra if the pre-orders sell out. Since the pre-orders did not sell out, I'm pretty sure they didn't print extra. You're just blaming them for something that they did when there's no evidence of them doing it. There's no evidence of them printing more. And I just think that's a terrible thing to do, to falsely accuse them of something with no evidence.
If they do not adjust their data, if they continue to try to recreate
Thank you.
COVID
I hope to
era
see you again.
Data points, print runs, and product lines, they will fail. And the people at the top, if they cannot see that, they have no business being at the top. Rudy the janitor in the corner, who sniffs the mail, should have a better position than these people at the top, while all these regular employees at the back row. Fortunately, that is a publicly traded company in corporate America. Unfortunately, the wheel in the sky of Hasbro owning Wizards of the Coast will continue to march forward.
You've had too much fire whiskey if you think you can.
Every single time he says something negative, he always counters with, everything I said before is wrong because they're gonna be successful in the future. It's just dumb listening to this guy. Everything you do is wrong, is going to destroy the company, but in the future you're going to be very successful. Everything you did now in the past is wrong, but tomorrow you're going to be very successful. Don't blame me if they're successful tomorrow. What the screw you, dude. You're an idiot. You just you contradict yourself already in the same video. Ugh. Oops. Oops. Anyways.
I take. Could hardly
I
carry
hate
the sacks
scalpers.
on that last
You haven't
raid.
noticed. They ruin everything. I think there was something I wanted to buy for. Oh yeah, it was Pokemon 151. I wanted to buy Pokemon 151 booster bundles. Could never buy them. It was the most miserable, and that destroyed any hope I had for the Pokemon company. I completely quit collecting Pokemon cards because of the poor experience I got. When they sold out of pre-orders, they should have printed more. They did not. Rudy, Alpha Investments, was happy because he destroyed me as a customer. I was not happy, and because of that, Pokemon Company lost a customer. Pokemon Company, sure, they probably made money in the short run, but they didn't make money off of me in the long run. Because I would have, if they didn't do me bad, I would have purchased more packs. But they did me bad, and I'm never going to support I will never support a company that doesn't care about the customers. If they care more about Rudy and the scalpers, that's great. Then sell to Rudy and the scalpers. But I will never support it. And I'm sure a lot of other people support me. They will never support scalpers. But there's a lot of dumbos out there that will buy from the scalpers. A lot of dumbos that will buy from eBay, even though they should be buying from the official websites. It is what it is. It's a risk you gotta take. I will never support a company that supports those kind of secondary, third market sales from scalpers. I can't believe that Ticketmaster sells to scalpers. It's terrible. Who's this guy? Inferus? Indra burning Inferus overhead stone with Bombardo. Excuse me. Wow, he has a lot of health.
Bombardo!
No? That was not it? Hey, where did he go? Die? What? Here. Guess I just owned him. Didn't get the achievement thing.
What do you have in store for me this time?
Do I want to do this? Oh man, I have to be up there.
Confringo! Revelio!
Probably behind something. Yep. I can see him over there.
Confringo!
What? Yes? Uh-oh. Next.
Revelio.
Where's the other one? Right there. Two of them. Picking up.
Confringo. That's that. Settled.
Sad. Very sad. What's up with that lag delay? You can't roll over 2 hours talking about Pokemon cards and Magic the Gathering cards and promoting scalpers and printing too much and not enough. It's just taking too much time. That's one of the problems I have with companies.
This must be the place.
What? Did it just change location? Yeah.
Lumos.
Your butterflies. Oh. Okay, probably. Can't enter while mounted. Crazy.
Very well, Lord of the Shore. Show yourself.
So I can throw you in the bag. Make you my prisoner slave.
Confringo! You are a fierce one. Cabalzo! Levioso! Accio! Confringo! Descender! Bombado! Rependo! Levioso! Confringo! Confringo!
Face your enemy.
Confringo! Levioso! Can't we talk about this?
Yeah, the alpha now. Oh, is that a fireball? Alright, we can't do that.
Confringo! Confringo! Levioso! I should think you'd be a bit weaker by now. Levioso! Confringo! Depulso! Confringo!
Oh, he's dead. So much chamber. Nice. Yep. For the record, he would, even if I kneeled, he wouldn't kill me. Too powerful.
I need your help, friend.
I think no matter what you attack, it doesn't make a difference. Be a different kind of slave. Less bad slave. Let's go. Now my personal slave. Right? Right.
for a jaunt, I'd say.
Go, dismount. Charge, that's it. Zeal charge.
Abandoned long ago, no doubt.
The advertising is false.
Slow down now. There we go.
Slow down. Gas. Teleport. 1,100 steps. Slowest time. Teleport. It's not much of a mount if you can't go faster than me. It's probably as fast as the broom, which makes him useless and he's only useful for one thing. Looks and for the quest. Other than that, he's pretty useless. There's probably some quest or some objective to break something with his head. Maybe it'll be some objective that's invincible to anything but his head. It'll be rain, or brick. What is it? Really? Use gravity to unlock the
How about some sightseeing?
Charge is not done. Use grab form to unlock the chamber. What's this for reals? Oops.
Ah, there you are.
Oh, it's supposed to probably stay on there? Light it up all the way? No! Yay, stop moving. What the? No, this is unbelievable. Alright. A bit. Not 2 steps, 1 step. Wow, no wonder he'll take 2 steps forward, no less, no more. Sometimes he steps 3. Literally could have been anything he replaced that. No, now we can't. What's the point of the thing? Now it is jeez. Alright. Can I save it again? Can I save it again?
Perhaps Professor Rackham was right to have had faith in you. I still have my reservations. Isadora, as you will see, was not who she seemed. I can only hope that you are. My memories should answer any questions you may have about the power you will need to protect.
Thank you, Professor Bakar. I shall see you back in the map chamber.
Star Wars. She's the one that was tempted by the dark side because her father was going to die because giving birth killed her. So, in order to stop that, she killed herself. Oh, is it gonna cry? Yes, it's crying. Oh, memory. Do the little wand with it. Take it. Put your head, dunk your head. Yes, yes, yes. See the big stuff.
Hello? Isadora? Isadora? Mr. Morganlock,
It's scary.
Son, I'm glad you're here.
Isadora was not at her home.
I know.
Her father. Percival.
What is it?
It is as though he was stripped not only of his pain, but of all
emotion, all soul. I called it.
Worse than I
Boom.
feared.
I've been calling from the very beginning.
He was right. Isadora hasn't stopped. I've just learned that she has been wielding that magic on students.
Making students evil.
We must gather the others.
Called it. I called it from the very first time I saw her. She was evil. Stealing souls.
I need you to return to your common room, alright?
What have you done?
Take a breath.
Students, Isadora.
Everyone feels pain. And why? Because of your arrogance? Your obsession with secrets? We won't suffer any longer. Not my father, not my students.
Not even the young ones.
Isadora, set down your wand.
Professor, you taught me to hone my power, not throw it away.
I did not teach you this. Expelliarmus!
Dark Lord, lightning. That's a Sith power, by the way.
Avada Kedavra!
Disable her. Take her wand. Take her wand, you idiot. Disarm her. She probably doesn't need the wand to fight, though. Pure evil. She became the Sith Lord. And now we continue. Well, we need to take a break. It's been 2 hours and 25 minutes. Way too long. Longest video ever. We are saving, and I will see you guys in the next one. I need to take a break too. My hair's getting all sweaty and itchy. I need to take a shower. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys next one when we take on the fourth trial. And after the fourth trial, we'll take on the Goblin Lord, and we'll destroy the Goblin Lord. And after that, it'll be the Dark Lord Iselda, which is the Sith Lord of the entire series. And maybe if we get lucky, we can save some of the young ones, those young Jedi's in training, those children in training. We gotta save them too. Anyways, peace out.